Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most game-changing rumors we've heard in a while. There's been a lot of chatter lately about Derrick Henry potentially heading to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and trust me, this isn't just idle speculation. It's gaining serious momentum. Now I know what you're thinking. Derrick Henry, the powerhouse out of Tennessee, is a Titan, right? Well, yes, but that's where it gets interesting. Reports suggest that the Baltimore Ravens could be considering trading Derrick Henry, and the Steelers are right there, eyeing this opportunity to add a serious punch to their backfield. And believe me, this isn't just about acquiring a star. It's about transforming the entire identity of our offense, making us even more formidable in the AFC North. Let's start by breaking down the player himself. Derrick Henry, at 32, is still arguably one of the most physically imposing running backs in the league. He's built like a tank, and that's not just a nickname. Over the 2025 season, Henry racked up an impressive 469 rushing yards and scored 16 touchdowns. His average of 5.1 yards per carry, combined with a PFF grade of 77.8, shows he's not just a power back, but a versatile one who can be relied on in different situations. His yards after contact, YAC, are a staggering 115 yards, which means once he hits the line of scrimmage, defenses are in for a challenge. Since joining the Ravens, Henry has maintained a PFF grade of 93.7, demonstrating his elite level of play. His style is pure beast mode, a true power runner who wears down defenses, wears them out, and opens up so many options for the offense. Now, why would Baltimore consider trading him? Well, the Ravens are underwhelming at 7-10, and with cap issues looming, just around $2 million, they're in a tough spot. They're focusing on rebuilding and developing young talent, and parting with Henry could be a way to free up some cap space and pivot toward a fresh start. The trade would be a bold move, especially given Henry's age at 32, but the value he brings is undeniable. His market value is around $15 million on average, and even with that price tag, many teams see him as a game changer, especially in a division that's as tough as ours. Now let's talk about what this could mean for the Steelers. Right now, our backfield is solid but needs that extra punch, a game changer who can really wear down defenses and take some pressure off our passing game. Najee Harris has done a good job, averaging just over 4 yards per carry, but he's not quite the power back that can grind out tough yards like Henry. Imagine those two working together, Harris's explosiveness combined with Henry's brute force. That kind of duo could push us to about 500 rushing yards and upwards of 15 touchdowns, which would be a huge boost for our offense. Plus, with Henry's ability to wear defenses down, miss tackles especially, he's a nightmare for any team trying to stop the run. His presence would force defenses to respect the run even more, opening up the passing game and making our offense more unpredictable. This tandem of Henry and Harris isn't just about raw rushing numbers. It's about how defenses would have to game plan against us. We're talking about a 12% increase in EPA per run, which is huge. It would wear down opponents' defenses, especially as the season progresses. And remember, the Steelers have always been a team that values physicality and toughness. This move would reinforce that identity. Our offensive line has been working hard to improve, and adding a back like Henry would give them even more confidence to open holes and push forward. Of course, some might raise concerns about Henry's age. At 32, is he still at his peak? Well, looking at his recent performances, he's absolutely still a force. No injuries in 2025, over 400 rushing yards, and a PFF grade of nearly 94 since joining the Ravens. He's not just relying on brute strength. He's still a smart runner who can find the gaps, make defenders miss, and pick up tough yards. And in the playoffs, Henry has been a proven X-factor, with 32 career touchdowns and a knack for elevating his game when it matters most. Adding him to our roster could be the spark we need to make a real playoff push, especially considering the division is so physically demanding. The AFC North is known for its gritty, hard-nosed football, and Henry's style fits perfectly into that mold. Now about the potential impact on our division rivals, the Browns, Bengals, and Ravens. If we land Henry, the odds of us winning the division skyrocket. We're talking about a +10, 0 shot increasing to around +4-0. It's a real game changer. The Browns would have to deal with a Steelers team that's running the ball effectively, and that's not good news for their defense. The Bengals, who already struggle to keep up with our offensive firepower, would find it even harder to contain us. And the Ravens, well, they'd be watching their former star head to our side, knowing that their rebuild is going to get even tougher when facing our new-look attack. This potential trade echoes back to some of the great moves in Steelers history, like the Riggins trade back in the day, which turned a team into a powerhouse. If we can pull this off, it could set the stage for a run-first dynasty, a team that controls the clock, wears down opponents, and plays a physical brand of football that's been our trademark for decades. It's about building something sustainable, something that can bring us back to the top of the AFC and contend for those coveted rings. Of course, there are skeptics. Some say Henry's age might catch up with him, that he might not be the same force in another year or two. But the tape doesn't lie. He's still one of the most dominant backs in the league when healthy, and his style of play ages gracefully. Just look at players like Adrian Peterson or Frank Gore in their later years. Plus, with the Steelers' offensive line improving and our coaching staff always looking for ways to maximize talent, Henry could be a perfect fit. Imagine him in our system, running behind that offensive line, punishing defenses, and helping us control the game clock. That's the kind of identity we want to build upon. Looking ahead, the trade deadline on November 4th could be the perfect storm. If the Ravens are serious about rebuilding and freeing up cap space, and if we're willing to make a bold move, this could be the offseason's biggest story. The odds are currently at +10, 0 for Henry to land somewhere, but if the Steelers make a push, those odds could tighten dramatically, especially if we show serious interest. And with Henry's playoff experience and proven ability to deliver in high-pressure situations, he's the perfect piece to push us over the edge. In summary, this isn't just about adding a star. It's about redefining the Steelers' identity. It's about returning to our roots of power football, controlling the line of scrimmage, and making every opponent in the AFC North think twice before lining up against us. This move could be the spark that ignites our playoff run and sets us up for years of success. The AFC North is already one of the toughest divisions in football, but with Derrick Henry on our side, we could tip the scales back in our favor. It's a bold move, no doubt, but if there's a team that can pull off a trade like this and turn it into a championship-winning formula, it's the Steelers. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Derrick Henry would be the perfect addition to our backfield? Or do you see any red flags? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the Steelers. This could be the move that sets us up for a deep playoff run or even a Super Bowl victory. Remember, with the division so fierce and the path to the Lombardi Trophy always challenging, having a player like Henry could be just what we need to make that leap. Keep an eye on those rumors, stay passionate, and as always, I'll be back soon with more updates and analysis. Stay tuned for the latest Steelers news, and let's keep that Pittsburgh pride alive.